Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be reacting to the entirety of Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette, and I gotta say I could not be more excited for this one, because I swear every time I do an Alanis reaction on the channel, I come away from it as a better human. She is a creative genius when it comes to songwriting. Her melodies are so unusual yet captivating. I mean, her lyric writing, she literally speaks to the human condition. Her grasp of empathy is unmatched. I mean, she leads with vulnerability, with love. She's honest. I mean, there's a million ways I could sing her praises, and honestly, I'd rather let her sing and let her do that for herself, because the music just stands alone without the commentary. But that said, I'll do my best to try to come away with some deeper meanings for each and every song today. We'll watch the music videos where they are, we'll check out the lyrics where they are, and man, I gotta say, I just could not be more excited. Before jumping into this, a massive thank you goes to James the Noble for making this donation request. Truly, James, I really do appreciate it. And before we truly jump in, a teensy tiny favor I have to ask from you all. If you're enjoying my reactions, please drop a like, drop a comment for the algorithm, subscribe maybe if you haven't already. These videos, they take quite a bit of time, energy, and I would just love for the entire world to see the beauty that is Alanis Morissette alongside me. That's all. Now, let's jump in. We'll start with All I Really Want. And apparently she was 19 when she did this album, writing songs in one session, just being a genius, casual.
Do I stress you out? My sweater's on backwards and inside out, and you say how appropriate.
Wow, the way she delivers the lines.
I don't dissect everything today. I don't mean to pick you apart, you see, but I can't help it. And there I go, jumping before the gunshot has gone off.
Wow.
Slap me with the splintered ruler.
Wow.
And it would knock me to the floor, but I wasn't there already. If only I could hunt the hunter.
Hunt the
And all I
hunter.
really want is some patience. A way to calm the angry vice. And all I really want is deliverance.
Do you hear the vocal layering here?
Do I wear you out? You must wonder why I'm relentless and all strung out. I'm consumed by the chill of solitary.
The parallelism, even in her songwriting, you had the first verse, do I stress you out? Now, do I wear you out? It's almost like never ending, constantly seeking for one's approval, but also recognizing in the chorus that I need to actually be more patient and calm the nerves, because if I jump the gun, right, once the sound goes off, well, if I jump the gun before the sound goes off, I should say I'm actually not getting the true connection with that other person. I'm just acting out of maybe uncertainty or from a place of emotional turmoil. Dude, there's so much density. I don't know if we're gonna get through this.
Strung out, I'm consumed by the chill of solitary. I'm like a Stella. I like to reel it in and then spit it out. I'm frustrated by your apathy.
And there's a bit of a funky mix in the back too.
And I am frightened by the corrupted ways of this land.
Oh, the flipping into the head voice.
If only I could meet the maker.
Da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
And I am fascinated by the spiritual man. I'm humbled by his humble nature.
Wow.
Yeah. And what I wouldn't give to find a soulmate, someone else to catch this drift. And what I wouldn't give to meet a kindred.
And there's this big guitar sound underneath it all. Not to mention the harmonica. So many unique elements.
Enough about me. Let's talk about you for a minute.
Okay.
Enough about you. Let's talk about life for a while.
Wow.
Complex, the craziness and the sound of pretense is falling all around. All around. Why are you so petrified of silence? Here, can you handle this? Did you think about your bills, your ex, your deadlines, or when you think you're gonna die?
Oh, wow.
Or did
That
you
is
long
clever.
for the next distraction? And all I need now is intellectual intercourse, a soul that digs the hole much deeper.
Intellectual
And I have no
intercourse.
concept-
This is truly like she is a sapiosexual. She is, I guess, what would the other one be? A emotional sexual. You want to be connected with humanity at its core. That's the only way to do it. And there's so many levels of connection that are possible: physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. I don't know. There's probably more than that too, but those are the main ones that immediately come to my mind. That is why I feel like she just understands humanity so much, and at such a young age too. She knows how connection is possible. She knows how some people, they falter in their conversations, the ego that's attached to it. I want to focus on myself. No, wait, I should focus on you. No, wait, we should focus on the world abroad. Let's just have this moment of mutual mental masturbation. But at the end of it, is there something more that comes out of it? Is this itself a killer? Is this a consequence of our own failures? Are we in this mind prison now? Even though it feels like we've elevated, are we in the same place? Now, those are all my thoughts. I don't know if they exactly get touched on in this song, but I just love her grasp of everything.
A soul that digs the hole much deeper. And I have no concept of time or further than it is flying. If only I could kill the killer.
Oh,
And all I really want is some peace, man.
yeah.
A place to find a common ground.
Wow, connection, exactly.
And all I really want
Connection and peace.
is a wavelength. And all I really want is some comfort. A way to get my hands untied. And all I really want is some justice.
Oh my god, her cracking. And we're getting a fade out. All I really want. That is such an interesting song. What a way to open up the album here. And, you know, it's like a lot more challenging to like really want all of the most important things that like make us more stable in our humanity. It is hard to find peace. It's almost necessary to create one's own peace, whether it's conversationally with somebody else. You find common ground because we seek internally a deep connection with others. If you are with yourself, you have the conversation with yourself. You have to be real, really contend with who you are at your core, because you are not only a physical being, an intellectual being, a spiritual one too, an emotional one. All of the possible beings are you in one. There is a confluence of all of the versions of yourself, and this is just all my beliefs, but I think Alanis is tapping on them, at least subliminally here. If you can fully align every version of yourself, that is what peace is. It's a little bit more challenging than, what I'm saying. It may sound easy to say. I'm always in a constant dance with myself, making sure that who I am is authentic, what I am is who I am. Or maybe that's pseudo-intellectualism. I don't know. You be the judge. Let's check out You Oughta Know.
I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. I know the version of me. Is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater? Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother.
Wait, did she say the older version or younger version of her? I gotta check that line.
I both. I know the version.
An older version. Okay, I was gonna say if it's a younger version, she's already 19 here. That's a little sketch.
Mother, 'cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to open wide. No, and every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you told me till you died, but you're still alive, and I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You oughta know. You seem very well.
I remember when I heard this song for the first time, I was so surprised by her vocal delivery and the vocal stylings and choices that she made. And it's so crazy that she arrived at those at such a young age. That is like even more mind-boggling to me. She was destined to make music that many wouldn't be able to make, that's for sure.
Seem very well. Things look peaceful.
You oughta know.
Not quite as well. I thought you should know. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. There was a slap in the face. How quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you fuck her? 'Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide.
That cadence.
And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me till you died, but you're still.
Wow, that may be a subtlety, but that was the rhythm the first time, and then she changed the subdivision the second time around.
And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me till you died, but you're still alive, and I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You oughta know.
Wow. I hadn't heard the studio version of this before. Because her live performances are always such interesting re-envisionings, usually just with acoustic guitar and her voice. But there's a full mix, full band. Wow. Get like a little acidic drums and soaring vocals.
'Cause I joked that you laid in the bed that was made, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes. And you know it. Every time I stretch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it.
Like a voodoo doll.
Well, I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me.
And she fills that whole performance with so much what like feels to be angst that it's almost like, girl, can you get a grip of yourself? But also it's so actually honest and real that everybody can relate to that. Well, not everybody, but everybody can at least understand her feeling, right? Because when you have this coming apart of a relationship, there is a lot of emotions, right? It's sad, you're angry, you're spiteful of the new person potentially. All of these things exist not in vacuums in separate silos, but at the same time. So she's like, I want to do you this favor of forcing you to remember me, because I'm also having to bear this cross because you decided to hurt me, but also you made the decision for yourself, and now I'm left in this feeling of dissolution, of not being content with who I am. So you ought to know. I'm now externalizing the problem onto you. I would say that yes, it makes sense. It like logically follows that if you are upset at something, somebody hurt you in a certain way, that you would either A, want to hurt them back, or B, at least let them know of the hurt they caused you. Sometimes that's not really possible, or maybe even ideal. You know, it's a case-by-case basis, of course, but what I think makes things potentially worse, just in a practical sense, is if you are using other people to then get over the past person. So there was a line about, I hope you feel the feeling of me clawing my back into the, clawing my nails into the back of the guy that I'm now sleeping with, who isn't you, but I hope you feel it. So she's sort of disregarding the person that she's with. She's not present with him. She's just stuck on the other person. And that person, if he feels it, then he's going to get some either A, validation, or B, feeling of unease by virtue of her still thinking about him, when ideally you would both like to move on. What hurts is that third person who's not even involved, right? They didn't know your past. They wanted to interact with you. They wanted to be with you, separate to all of this. There's that line, hurt people hurt people. So it's a very honest song, is what I wanted to say at the end of all of that. Again, hopefully what I'm saying is making sense. I can understand if you're in two minds about what I'm saying here, but let's check out the next one, shall we? This one's called Perfect.
Sometimes it's never quite enough.
Complete different vibe here.
If you're flawless, then you're in my love.
It's like an acoustic ballad here.
Don't forget to win first place. Don't forget to keep that smile on your face.
Well, always be perfect.
Be a good boy.
Remember, always be the best.
Try a little harder.
Wow, never fail. That's such a hard standard to live up to.
Got to measure up. Make me prouder. How long before you screw it up?
Wow.
How many times do I have to tell you to hurry up?
This doesn't trigger me, but it's another relatable situation for me. When somebody holds you to an impossible standard, and it actually could be yourself too, by the way, holding yourself to an impossible standard. Every minor failure, because invariably you will fail against an impossible perfect standard, you're going to feel worse off. There's no winning in a circumstance like that. Every time you get first place is another reminder that you need to win that whole first place game once again in every possible domain. It is exhausting, whether it's yourself or another person imposing that on you.
With everything I do for you, the least you can do is keep quiet.
Wow.
Be a good girl.
Oh, I have chills. It's so climactic in that section, but it speaks to so many, again, relatable circumstances because you have, let's say, imagine a parent trying to live vicariously through their child, and their ego is attached to the outcomes of the child. They're using the child as a way to relive the life that they couldn't live. And if you go against the grain as the child, then there's no, then you're literally denying everything. You're being unappreciative of what the parent gave you because they are latching onto you. Almost, it's weirdly parasitic, though it is your parent who is there to nurture you. They're using you more than they they ought to in such a circumstance, and then they blame you for going against the grain for being your own person. This happens in a lot of different relationship dynamics. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Good boy, push a little farther now. That wasn't fast enough.
Always some critique. Wasn't fast enough.
Make us happy. We'll love you just the way you are.
It's a contradiction.
If you're perfect,
Yeah. All roads lead to failure. You will never be good enough because if you're not perfect, then we won't love you. And it's impossible to be perfect because we are human. To be human is to err. Oh, God. A lot of people need to not only hear this song, but learn this song, hear this song, use it as your, it could be a parent manual, could be your relationship manual. Learn to let off the gas, let another person be who they are. Whew. Let's check out the next one, Hand in My Pocket. This one is another video. We actually did a reaction to Hand in My Pocket earlier.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine.
So true.
'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a high five.
Two things can be true at once.
I feel drunk but I'm sober. I'm young and I'm underpaid. I'm tired but I'm working, yeah. I care but I'm restless. I'm here but I'm really gone. I'm wrong and I'm sorry, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be quite alright. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is flicking a cigarette. And what it all comes down to is that I haven't got it all figured out just yet. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a peace sign.
Also, another small note here, but I'm sure you notice it, and I mentioned it in the first song of the album. But there are so many like section parallels where you will hear the same lyrical structure in a spot, but then the actual context of it changes. So at first there was a cigarette being flicked, then a hand in the pocket, then the peace sign. And it's a clever way to maintain repetition while also avoiding repetition. A broader comment I could make is there are so many distinct lyrics across Alanis's discography and what I'm hearing here in Jagged Little Pill, and it comes so effortlessly towards her. So like if I were to then go cover her music, I would really have to spend a lot of time almost like method acting, living out those stories that she's painting with her words, because everything is a distinct moment in time. That's what makes her songs actually so emotionally, lyrically, spiritually dense, because every moment can be drawn from another moment. So every lyric comes from a certain place, and they all collectively tell the story of her music. It's very like referential to the world.
I'm free, but I'm focused. I'm green, but I'm wise. I'm hard, but I'm friendly, baby. I'm sad, but I'm laughing. I'm brave, but I'm chicken shit. I'm sick, but I'm pretty, baby. And what it all boils down to is that no one's really got it figured out just yet. But I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is playing the piano. And what it all comes down to, my friends, yeah, is that everything is just fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is hailing a taxi cab.
Dude, Alanis. Oh, God. Alanis is so wise. It's just, it can't be overstated. She is so wise, or understated. I never know how to use that phrase properly. I'll figure it out after the reaction. I'm really, really digging everything we're hearing today. And it's also so interesting that every single one of these songs is, relatively speaking, very short. These are all bite-sized songs, and they all take very juicy bites of really the human condition, of the universe. Let's keep going right through you.
Wait a minute, man. You mispronounced my name. You didn't wait for all the information before you turned me away. Wait a minute, sir.
We've heard this one too on the channel.
You see me as a sweet back-loaded puppet, and you've got meal ticket taste. See right through you.
Big chorus.
Go right through you. Feel right through you. I walk right through you.
Wow, I love the guitar tone here.
You took me for a joke. You took me for a child. You took a long hard look at my ass and then played golf for a while. You shake us like a fish. You pat me on the head. Took me out to wine dine 60-90, but didn't hear a damn word I said.
Wow.
See right through you. I know right through you. I feel right through you. I walk right through you.
feel this particularly with Right Through You, but I could totally imagine this song somehow either in a medley or mashup, somehow being mixed in with some Tool tracks. Maybe Maynard and Alana singing together. That would be really cool. This is really cool. That's a little bit of an abrupt ending there. Dude, the way I kind of think about that song, it's like people are walking ghosts, but less about them just not really existing, being see-through. It's more about them being surface level. A lot of people's intentions, once you've either A, healed, or B, learned enough about humanity of life, you can see from a bird's eye view the chess game, the social dynamics, the intentions, the motivations, what people mean by things, the different nuances in communication and who people are. And you'll interact with people who maybe earlier on in your life you don't know what their intentions are, their motivations are, and they could take advantage of you, for example, or they have something that you have something that they want, and they don't reveal that to you. They don't lead with honesty, and later on in life you realize, oh wait, I was actually taken advantage of in this situation, or I didn't stand up for myself in a certain way. There's a lot of those minor moments, even in my own life, and thinking back retrospectively, what did I miss? What brought me to this place? Is my behavior now maladaptive because of the things I went through, or did I come out better? You need to do reflection in any of those circumstances to then be able to move forward. And then after having done all of that reflection and understanding of the world, then you can say, look, I'm seeing right through you now. There's no games you can play. Imagine like a manipulator in a relationship, right? They use all of their tactics, your emotions are heightened, and you're coming from a place of anxiety and fear of maybe losing the relationship, and they continue to roll you over. But once you've healed, once you've gotten past those things, you recognize what they were doing, all of that just, flows effortlessly off of the shoulders. Another classic, great song from Alanis here. Let's check out Forgiven. How we doing? We all doing good? Hopefully you guys enjoy my commentary. I'm not talking too much now.
You know how us Catholic girls can be. We make up for so much time. A little too late.
That was a dark chord.
I never
Oh.
forgot it. Confusing as it was now. Fun with no guilt.
I like this progression.
The sinners, the saviors, the loveless freestyle. See you next Sunday. We all have reasons to be there. We all have a thing or two.
Oh, I love this melody. This one is a little harder for me to understand lyrically. Melodically, I'm taken over.
I confess my darkest deeds to an envious man.
There's a lot of hypocrisy in the church.
My brothers, they never went blind for what they did, but I may as well have in the name of the Father, the skeptic, and the Son.
Wow.
I had one more stupid quest.
Wow.
We all had our reasons to be there. We all had a thing or two to learn. We all need something to cling to. So we did. What I learned, I rejected, but I believe again. I suffer the consequence of this inquisition. If I jump in this fountain, will I be forgiven? We all had our reasons
wow.
to be there.
Oh my god, I love this.
Had a thing or two to learn. We all needed something to cling to.
The strings,
So
man.
we did. We all had delusions in our heads. We all had our minds made up for us. We had to believe in something. So we did. We all had our reasons to be there. We all had a thing to learn. We all needed something to cling to. So we
Oh man, that is my favorite song on this on this album so far. It's so melodic. It is surprisingly the heaviest song of the 6 that we heard thus far. And man, again, lyrically just so on the nose. And you know, at the beginning I was a little uncertain of where she was specifically going, but I think this is more of a broad critique of maybe specifically Catholicism, because I've heard this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Catholicism in one way, shape, or form establishes the individual as guilty for existing. Once you're born, you are guilty until you are forgiven and until you repent for your sins and maybe pay the tithe and, you know, be part and parcel with the church. And if you don't follow the church's words precisely, you're going to be either excised or won't be welcomed into heaven itself. And anybody who falls outside of those confines, one way or the other, mentally, they either A, feel guilty about being human and not falling in that exact paradigm, or are B, chastised completely, and C, end up feeling like delusional one way or the other. Because if so much of the religious structure above you is telling you of all of your failures, all of your problems, but also acting hypocritically, it is a very confusing circumstance. And that's why it begs the question, if I jump in this fountain, will I be forgiven? Are you even capable of forgiving me? So if we establish like two different premises. You could say, one, okay, presuming that you can forgive me, why would it be you the one who can't forgive me? And B, is forgiveness even possible? So if I do these things, if I jump through these different hoops, am I going to actually see the benefit? We all had delusions in our head. We all had our minds made up for us. We don't get to actually exercise our own free will. It's more dense than that. I did my best to try to encapsulate all that I'm understanding from this one. The way I kind of think about it at a very high level is that a lot of religions, one way or the other, or maybe the people at least operating religious institutions, are highly hypocritical and are more power-seeking. They have more megalomania than love for humanity, love for God. That is a hypocrisy I learned very early on in my life. I don't like to delve too much into religion, politics, and all the taboo subjects on the channel, but I, for one, I believe in human values. I believe in spirituality. I believe in being a good person, and being a good person does require, drawing values from all of the possible sources. And religion and spirituality usually purports to provide all of those values to you, but oftentimes religion can be used to manipulate or be weaponized for the will of humans rather than of God. So if the institution can be weaponized or leveraged or manipulated, why would I put my trust in the institution? Rather, I can put my trust in Almighty above anyways. It's not a requirement, right? That's why religion, oftentimes they despise critical thinkers, whether they say it explicitly or not, because they don't want to be questioned. Anyways, Sohum rant over. Let's check out You Learn. I believe this is another music video here. Let's jump in.
I recommend getting your heart trampled on to anyone.
I recommend Heartbreak.
I recommend walking around naked in your living room.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Swallow it down. What a jagged little pill. It
Oh,
feels so good. Swimming in your stomach. Wait until the dust settles. You live, you learn, you love, you learn, you cry, you let, you lose, you learn, you bleed, you learn, you scream, you learn.
Wow.
I recommend biting.
she's saying it better than I could, but do anything, exist, be human, make mistakes, put yourself out there. Don't just sit and let life pass you by. Don't be idle, don't be passive, be active.
I recommend biting off more than you can chew to anyone. I certainly do. I recommend sticking your foot in your mouth at any time. Feel free. Throw it down. The caution knocks you from the limb. Hold it up to the blaze. You wait
god, it keeps ascending. How are all of these songs so catchy? Like, I'm actually surprised in a good way. It's unbelievable. There's so much density to all the meaning in these tracks. The way I kind of take this one, it made me think several different things. The first would be, live your life and you will learn. Life and experience is the best teacher. And an extension of that is, don't let fear, anxiety, anything that mentally burdens you or inhibits you from acting a way you want to, don't let that stand in your way. That's not to say that anxiety isn't a useful tool, but oftentimes many of us suffer from anxiety disorders or have too much holding us back. And when that is the case, this is the perfect message for you. You learn, because everything you'll learn from doing, and actual confidence comes from stacking proof. Confidence and self-esteem comes from having experienced more, and accepting failures also is a teacher. Everything in life is there to teach one way or the other. Anytime you're confronted with a challenge, it's just a new opportunity to learn something else. And what inhibits us from growing is the fear. And I, for one, I've even shared this about myself to you guys on the channel or in my, YouTube community post, but I am sort of an anxious person. It definitely creeps up on me every single day, one way or the other. Some days it's far worse. I really do my level best to stave it off. And if I have it in one moment and it feels overbearing, I work to recognize that and contend with it and try to shape myself into the version that I know I am, and that would be more at ease with experiencing whatever it is I think I want to. It's important, man. It's really important to try to learn and gain experience. Another small way I can dub it is a bit of trial by fire. Head over feet. Let's jump in.
I had no choice but to hear you.
We've heard this one too on the channel. What a fire album.
I thought about it. You treat me like I'm a princess. I'm not used to like that. You ask how my day was. You've already won me over. In spite of
what a
me.
melody.
And don't be alarmed if I fall head over feet. And don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. Your love is thick and it swallowed me whole.
What is the line from Imitation Game? I won't be able to get it, but there's an idea of somebody having so much more faith in you than you have in yourself that you finally are exposed to what's possible in loving yourself, in giving yourself, in this case, credit for being who you are. And then you fall in love. You fall for that person because they showed you a whole new world, but that world was always in yourself. It's really an act of service to another to reveal the beauty in the self. Learning who you are, it's all a discovery, and sometimes you just need somebody else's flashlight to help you find the way.
And it swallowed me whole. You're so much braver than I gave you credit for. That's not lip service. You've already won me over. In spite of me, and don't be alarmed if I fall head over feet, and don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. You are the bearer of unconditional things. You held your breath and the door for me.
The way this video is shot, she's just right in front of the camera. It feels so vulnerable and intimate.
Thanks for your patience.
Out of nowhere, the harmonica.
That I've ever met. You're my best friend with benefits. What took me so long? I've never felt this healthy before. I've never wanted something rational. I am aware now.
Wow.
I am
I
aware
need to switch it into
now.
acoustic.
You've already won me over, in spite of me. And don't be alarmed if I fall head over
She like
feet.
zoned out.
And don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. You've already won me over, in spite of me. And don't be alarmed if I fall head over feet. And don't be surprised if I love you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. La la la, yeah,
She's really good at a staring contest. And the fade out. Getting a lot of fade outs in this album so far. What an intriguing video. She is so real. What was I gonna say? There's an interesting like meta concept I was gonna raise, but maybe I'll just try to word it in a simpler way. The things she's talking about in Head Over Feet here, in the song lyrically itself, it's talking about some other person coming into her life and drawing awareness to herself, really revealing the better parts of herself in spite of herself, because she may want to subconsciously tear her own self-esteem and worth down. And this person's saying, no, I'm going to defy you. You don't know what's best for yourself. I'm showing you that you are better than what you think you are. I'm giving you more capability than you think you have right now. That's often what a great parent does, right? They give you more accountability than you feel like you're ready for. So you have that idea, and the idea of raising awareness to that fact. Us as the listener listening to this idea being conveyed also, and at least in my experience, is raising my own awareness to that same idea. It is very reflective in that manner. And again, most of her music is so relatable at a human level that it's almost impossible not to like feel it internally one way or the other. And the way I'm affected by a song like Head Over Feet is I'm not fully myself most of the time. I do my best, like even with this channel, this is like one of my truer forms of self-expression and believing that I'm capable of more than I do normally on a day-to-day basis. But even then, I'm not doing enough. And that light that's shined on what is possible, it helps me identify places in my life that I can be appreciative of myself and give my future self more credit than my anxiety may be allowing me in certain moments. In a more simple way, I really understand this song. I feel like it translates well, at least into my life. This one, Head Over Feet, and yeah, man, that's the beauty of Alanis. We are banger after banger over here. Let's check out Mary Jane. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's the matter, Mary Jane? Had a hard day. 'Cause you placed the don't disturb sign on the door. You lost your place in line again. What a pity. You never seem to wanna dance anymore. It's a long way down on this roller coaster.
Well,
The next chance.
the distance between the beats here, I don't know if we're in a different time signature, but it feels wider than you would expect it to be.
Roller coaster. The next chance streetcar went off the track, and you're on it.
Wow.
I hear you counting sheep again. Mary
Wow.
Jane.
Sleeping.
What's the point of trying to dream anymore? I hear you losing weight again, Mary Jane. You ever wonder who you're losing it for? Well, it's full speed, baby, in the wrong direction. There's a few more bruises, if that's the way you insist on heading. Please be honest, Mary Jane. Are you heavy?
Oh my god.
Please don't censor your tears.
Dude. I'm not Mary Jane, but I'm gonna cry too.
You're the sweet crusader, and you're on your way. You're the last great innocent, and that's why I
Wow.
love you. So take this moment, Mary Jane.
Wow. Referencing the beginning.
Selfish.
This is another special song, man. Everything again just speaks to the soul, because there's so many moments in life where you are doing good, you're on the right track, you're hitting deadlines, you're on top of things, life is not slipping away from you, and sometimes, and I experience this more than I care to admit, but sometimes you fall off the tracks just a little bit, and that can send you into a downward spiral where, okay, I missed this meal for my diet, and now I'm going to miss the next 15 meals because that becomes harder. And then because I missed these things, I'm going to miss another thing, and everything gets pushed further and further down the stream, and this positive feedback loop spiraling to the bottom forms, and it is so hard to rebuild back that momentum. And the alternative of that is success breeds success. Momentum is momentum is momentum. So whatever direction you're going, you will usually, over time, but slowly start to accelerate in that direction. And when you are making progress, it feels great. And in moments of going up, when you start hitting those hurdles and eventually, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, it is at least like strategically, you want to be able to cut off those like steps back at like 0.5 and try to then recalibrate, recenter, and shoot back up again another 2 steps. But that is the quant version of Sohum. The practical, understanding human version of Sohum recognizes that, man, 2 steps forward, sometimes 5 steps back, but then it can accelerate you into a moment of springboard that sends you 15 steps forward. Life, goals, success, none of it is linear. And when you are in those moments of decline is when it feels the absolute worst. And Mary Jane is crying. She's losing weight. She's unable to even do the things that made her happy once. She's in this spiral of depression. And that's usually when willpower isn't enough. You need the love and support of a community to really pull you out of dark holes like that. But we'll see what Alanis has to say on the matter.
So take this moment, Mary Jane, and be selfish. Worry not about the cars that go by.
Wow.
'Cause all that matters, Mary Jane, is your freedom. So keep warm, my dear. Keep dry.
And now the rhythm is slow, but it's in lockstep.
What's the matter, Mary Jane?
Oh, wow.
Please be honest, Mary Jane. Tell me.
I mean, there's more that I could say on the matter, but I think the song just speaks for itself. I'm glad that she's giving helpful advice to Mary Jane, because at that point, when you are spiraling, when things are getting worse, all you want to do is just curl up in a ball and disappear. And the helpful advice that Alanis is giving is just do your best. Focus on yourself. Give yourself that love and attention. And if you can, be honest with me. Tell me, because I'm also here to give you as much love and warmth and support as I can. And when you are spiraling, that's when it's hardest to be vulnerable, right? It's all well and good to say, oh, vulnerability is something that matters to me when you're doing fine. It's when you're not doing fine when that matters, or at least effectually has more of an impact. Oh, dude. This has been a crazy, crazy reaction set today. Let's check out the last music video here. This is Ironic. And I believe, if I paid attention to my Spotify here, this is the most streamed out of all of the songs. So that's 545 million streams on Spotify there, and on YouTube, 280 million. This is at least seemingly the most popular song off the record. Let's check it out.
An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day. It's a black fly in your Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Wow.
It's like rain
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Goodbye. He waited his whole damn life to take that flight.
Was it too late?
Plane crashed down. He thought, well, isn't this nice?
Wow.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride on your already paid.
Before I ever heard of Alanis Morissette, this chorus I've heard in so many different montage videos and TikToks and that kind of thing, and I never really stopped to like pay attention truly to the lyrics. And it is so profound. It is, again, another feather in her cap, I guess her beanie in this moment. The way I'm kind of understanding this song, correct me, of course, if I'm wrong. It's better just to make the jump now, because later on in life, if you do decide after many years of waiting, after many years of dealing with anxiety and what if, all of that apprehension, and then you make the jump anyways, and then it doesn't work out in the end anyways. If you had short-circuited that whole process and just did what you needed to do earlier on, at least that gap of time wouldn't have existed where you needed to like flood your own thoughts with that uncertainty, because life is always uncertain. That is like par for the course. Being able to accept it in any domain that you're in and push forward nonetheless at whatever speed that you can is the part that matters. And the irony, in my opinion, that's coming from this song, and maybe that again will be the thing that you need to correct me on, is you waited and then you did it, and then it didn't matter. You shouldn't wait. Just do.
Everything's going right. And life is a funny way. Nobody everything's going wrong. And everything blows up in your face.
Life is the teacher.
The traffic jam when you're already late.
Then it compounds and gets worse.
Smoking sign on your cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife.
But what's understated here is the exact opposite is possible. When it rains, it pours, in the negative, but also in the affirmative. If it's warm and pleasant, that could be the most fun beach day of your entire life.
It's meeting the man of my dreams, and then meeting his beautiful wife. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And yeah, I really do think it's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride on your already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figured? Funny way of helping you out, helping you out.
trapped on the side of the road in the cold. Amazing, man. It just continues to impress me every single time I hear her. And seeing even the visuals, it adds that extra layer of, I guess, understanding in my own mind. But again, like when it rains, it pours, and that's the ironic part, but also in the affirmative, when it shines, it truly does, and things can be good. At least understanding that all of these things are there and possible allows us to know that it is possible to be happy in certain moments, even if things seem worse in the current moment. And us humans, we have a natural negativity bias, right? We focus more on the negative comments than the positive ones, at least in the case of my YouTube channel. If I see 50 positive comments and you guys showering with me with praise, the one negative comment will stick out more like a sore thumb. You know, I'm very cognizant of these things, yet the mind still works the way it works. So just reframe. Always positively reframe, man. That's why I always try to preach peace, love, positivity. That positivity piece is the perspective we have on life that can afford us to love more, to be in a state of peace. Time for Not the Doctor.
I don't wanna be the filler if the void is solely yours. I don't wanna be your glass of single malt whiskey hidden in the bottom drawer. And I don't wanna be a bandage if the wound is not mine. Lend me some fresh air.
Okay.
I don't wanna be adored for what I merely represent to you. I don't wanna be a babysitter, you're a very big boy now. I don't wanna be a mother, I didn't carry you in my womb for 9 months. Show me the back door. Visiting hours are 9 to 5, and if I show up at 6:10, well, I already know that you'll find some way to sneak me in and know. Mind the empty bottle with the holes along the bottom. You say it's too much to ask for, and I am not the doctor.
Interesting. It's like, I don't have all the solutions, so don't put all of that pressure on me to be the person to solve your problems. Don't give me these roles I didn't ask for.
I don't wanna be the sweeper of the eggshells that you walk upon, and I don't wanna be your other half. I believe that 1 and 1 make 2.
Wow.
I don't wanna be your food or the
That line right there means a lot. You are not just a half, you are a whole person, and we together, if let's say we're in a relationship, our interdependence is what makes us stronger. And actually it's not 1 and 1 makes 2, 1 and 1 makes 2.5. You know, in the case of like a nuclear family, 1 and 1, they come together to have 2, which can make 3, 4, 5. It goes on and on. You are better together. You don't drag each other down. You are not just siphoning from the other. You together, I guess, multiplicatively improve your life circumstances. It's not just one person doing the heavy lifting.
from the fridge on your face at midnight. Hey, what are you hungry for? I don't wanna be the glue that holds your pieces together. I don't wanna be your idol. See, this pedestal is high and I'm afraid of heights. I don't wanna be lived through a vicarious occasion. Please open the window. Visiting hours are 9 to 5, and if I show responsible for your fractured heart and its wounded beat. And
Wow.
I don't want to be a substitute for the smoke you've been inhaling.
It's your responsibility.
What do you thank me?
You are your responsibility.
What do you thank me for? Visiting hours are 9 to 5, and if I show up at 6:10, will I already know that you'll find some way to sneak me in? And oh, mind the empty bottle with the holes along the bottom. You say it's too much to ask for, and I am not that actor. Ooh.
Oh, cool ending there. You know, like, mentally, I've kind of noted in my own mind during this reaction that I've focused less on the musicality and more on the lyrics, which, I don't know, I think it's just the nature of Alanis' songs that her lyrics are so powerful that to spend more time on the melody and the interesting progressions, the interesting like vocal phrasings and stylings feels like a disservice to the true meaning of her tracks. But also there's that element too of the way she arranges everything. Her compositions are so unique. Even the way that her phrases bleed into other measures. There's so many minor moments, so I'm apologetic now for not having pointed out many of these moments, but man, my brain is just completely wired onto the lyrics with Jagged Little Pill. This is just so cool that she has such, again, wisdom just overflowing from her. And, you know, the way I take this song at a high level is everybody is their own person going through their own struggles, and you cannot offload all of your struggles onto another. Sure, you're allowed to ask for advice, but to completely, let's say, like trauma dump onto somebody else and expect them to pick up your pieces is not fair. And, you know, depending on how far you want to take the argument, the person that's doing the trauma dumping shouldn't do it without asking first, right? They should ask, hey, do you have the, let's say, emotional bandwidth? I know there's a lot of like cringe psychological terminology that gets thrown around, especially in the modern era, because many people decide to overuse it, but it is applicable in this circumstance. Do you have the emotional bandwidth? Do you have the energy to deal with my things? I will do my level best to deal with my own struggles and whatever it may be that I'm going through, but if you have that extra support that you could lend me, can you do that? It's hard to ask in that moment because you're already feeling vulnerable for asking, but some people, they mentally, in a weird way, get off on sharing all of their struggles because they don't actually intend to fix them, right? My girlfriend actually brought this to my attention one time where one of her friends in particular, I'm not naming names, of course, has this tendency to always complain about their life, and when given advice, they kind of hear it but discard it, and then a few months passes and then they ask once again for the same advice, the same remedies to their problems, and at a certain point, man, I don't have the solution for you because I don't even know what's going to work, and I have my own stuff to deal with. And it's important sometimes to be selfish in this regard. You need to be there. You need to advocate for yourself. A lot of people pleasers, myself included, sometimes let ourselves go by the wayside for the whims of another who, if I stood up for myself, they may be able to recognize, oh, it's actually my doing to fix myself. And if they choose not to recognize that, then they're a bit more selfish than even you are, and they'll blame you for being you. Not the way to handle it. This is now the last song, Wake Up, here on the record that's unique. I think You Oughta Know, again, will be some kind of reimagination of the second track on the record. So this is the last unique song on the album. I can't believe we made it here. Let's wake up. That's a ominous note. No. Oh, it's like the that's like the James Bond kind of intervals. The flat 5, the flat 6, then the 6 in the minor scale. Da 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 da. Oh no, not the flat 5, the 5, the flat 6 and 6.
There's no sentimental value to the rose that fell on your throne. There's no fundamental excuse for the granted I'm taking for.
Wow.
'Cause it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around till you.
I love this beat. Wow.
You like pain, but only
Oh, that
if
bass is
it
meaty.
doesn't hurt too much. And you sit and you wait to receive.
Wow.
There's an obvious attraction to the path that least resistance in your life.
She's like calling out the inner procrastinator in me right now.
Well, there's an obvious aversion of my mind or my insistence can make you try tonight. 'Cause it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around till you. To you. To you. To you.
Oh, haunting, dude.
There's no money, no thrill anymore.
Oh, it's like phasing in and
Well,
out.
there's an apprehensive naked little trembling boy with
That
his
was
head
different.
in his hands. And there's an underestimated and impatient little girl raising her hand. But it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around till you. To you. To you. Get up. Get up. Get up off of it. Get up. Get up. Get up
The breathing.
off of it. Get out. Get out of here. Enough already. Get up. Get up. Get up off of it. Wake up.
Oh, wow. You know, there's that quote, right? Like, when, or luck is when preparation meets opportunity, right? And that kind of is where I feel like the chorus is hinting at. It's like what goes around never comes around to you, because there's always like opportunities. There's always a door being opened somewhere, but it's not going to show its face to you. Any rewards that are to be reaped aren't going to be yours because you're being lazy, because you think everything is going to be handed to you. You have to be active in your life. You have to reach out and grab those things. And how will you have the, I guess, dexterity or precision to grasp those opportunities when they throw themselves at you, or at least appear in front of you? It's through preparedness, not by, procrastinating or being lazy or looking for the easy way out. Because the easy path, yes, we have a nature to want to do things easily. It makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. But what if we've exhausted all of the easy paths? Then everything in front of you is going to be harder. And then you're going to be perpetually stuck at level 3. And if you did the hard thing, if you ran up against level 4 repeatedly, tried to actually break through that glass ceiling, you would make it to level 4 and you would be able to achieve these opportunities. But if you continue to stagnate and not put effort in those domains, you'll find your way back to level 3 easily. You'll continue to do so, but that will be as far as you get. That's the way I kind of take wake up. Recognize that you are stuck in that level 1, 2, 3 loop. Wake up and break out of that cycle and reach level 4 and the levels beyond. I don't know why I chose level 3, but alas, here we are. Guys, we made it to the end. This is the last song, which I don't know if you would qualify this as the album closer. I think technically it is because it's at the end. Wake Up could be the last track too mentally, but this one is You Oughta Know once again, but the Jimmy the Saint blend. Let's check it out.
I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. I know the version of me, is she perverted like me?
Oh, the instrumental is different.
Down on you in a theater. Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother. 'Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me it hoped me until you died? Till you died, but you're still alive. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. You seem very well. Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought you should know. Did you forget about me, Mr. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. There was a slap in the face, how quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you fuck her? 'Cause the love that you gave that we made wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me and hold me until you died? Till you died, but you're still alive. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know.
Oh, that's different. It's a cool reverb effect. Man, James, you put me through it with this one. What a cool drum beat. crossing synths and guitar sounds.
Cause the joke that you laid in the bed that was made, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes. And you know it. And every time I scratch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it. Well, can you feel it? Well, I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know.
Is that the end? I mean, we have 4 more minutes here on Spotify, but I don't want to scrub forward, but what if the Jimmy the Saint blend is just this empty space at the end? Okay, I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Oh, okay, there is something.
I went to your house, I walked up the stairs, I opened your door without ringing the bell. I walked down the hall into your room where I could smell you, and I shouldn't be here without permission. I shouldn't be here.
Oh, this is, I'm looking up the lyrics. This is your house.
Would you forgive me, love, if I dance in your shower? Would you forgive me, love, if I laid in your bed?
Fully a
Would you
cappella.
forgive me, love, if I stay all afternoon?
Oh, the cry.
I took off my clothes, put on your robe, went through your drawers and I found your cologne. Went down to the den, found your CDs, and I played your Johnny, and I
Oh, then she's gonna leave.
shouldn't stay long. You might be home soon. I shouldn't stay long.
Oh,
Would you forgive me, love, if I dance in your shower? Would you forgive me, love, if I laid in your bed? Would you forgive me, love, if I stay all afternoon? I burn your incense, I ran a bath, I noticed a letter that sat on your desk. It said, hello, love, I love you so, love, meet me at midnight. And no, it wasn't my writing, I better go soon, it wasn't my writing. So forgive me, love, if I cry in your shower. So forgive me, love, for the salt in your bed. So forgive me, love, if I cry all afternoon.
bro, what a way to end the album. I definitely wasn't expecting us to get another song at the end. I thought it was going to be like one of those longer mashups of You Oughta Know, just like a straight re-envisioning but also extended cut of You Oughta Know, maybe with more verses or different instrumentation. So we got Your House at the end. And we did a reaction to Your House. The way I kind of thought about it then and maybe a little bit now is carrying over in my mind. In this circumstance, it feels like she wants to have those feelings of love, but that's just the feeling. Unless you actually commit, you stay and go through the hard times with that person, can you actually feel the love from that person? Actually experience it, actually enact it as the verb love to love implies. So she's almost siphoning the love that's there, living off of the memory or the romanticization. But when he actually returns and writes that message and says, hey, can you meet me? Like, let's do this together. Let's not be separate. Let's not play this game of love phone tag. But that's what she wants to do. She wants to run off and, still reap the benefits, but not maintain the attachment. It's so interesting. And his heart is open to her, which is the thing. She's not technically breaking in because he's ready for her, but the timing is off and he's not there. But then when he is there, she's off and running. Game of like cat and mouse, so to speak. But wow, that was Jagged Little Pill. I mean, you heard my ramblings across all of the songs. I mean, if you made it till this point, I'm sure you must have enjoyed the reaction to some extent. You weren't annoyed by my presence here today, which it's fine if you were. I mean, I do my best on the channel to try to convey all of my thoughts in a authentic way, in a timely way when it comes to like understanding these songs in real time with you all. I totally understand if I pause too much or talk too much in certain spots and you'd rather just listen to the music, but then again, why are you watching a reaction video if that's your mindset? Anyways, I don't want to ramble on about that. Let's give a high-level overview of Jagged Little Pill. I love the title. It is the perfect title. Even though none of the songs were titled Jagged Little Pill, we only heard that lyric actually employed once, and I believe it was in You Learn. Jagged Little Pill, right? Pills to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. Which pill do you want to take, the red or blue pill? A jagged little pill. It's hard going down. It is a hard pill to swallow. Literally, it's going to cut you on the way down. It's going to cause you pain. But once it enters your stomach, it can be digested. It can be understood by the body, by the mind, by the spirit. It will dissolve. It will go away. And that pill will make you better. It will heal you. Because that's what a pill is meant for, right? Even if it is painful going down, a pill is there to provide you medicine, right? To heal the body, to fight against the things that are holding us back. And this whole album, top to bottom, is hard pill to swallow after hard pill to swallow after hard pill to swallow. You have to confront the darkest parts of yourself to be able to then heal from those parts. And there's also like a separate ideology around the best version of yourself versus the shadow version of yourself. And the shadow is constantly, like, let's say negative, your anxiety speaking, your fear, things that hold you back. And life, it's a constant dance between who you are and your shadow. And again, there's a complete realignment that needs to happen to make yourself congruent at every level: physical, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. It's not easy. Everything that is a hard truth is a hard truth for a reason. That isn't just a phrase that gets, I think, tossed around lightly. But doing that process, as all humans at one point or another are doing intentionally or subconsciously, is the path forward to reach a higher level of peace. We're all on our own individual journeys, so it's not a one-size-fits-all. The pill that I need to swallow, or the many pills I need to swallow, may be different from the ones you do or have, and we're all fighting our own battles one way or the other. That's why, again, I will reiterate, peace, love, positivity. Be peaceful within yourself and allow that peace to cascade onto others. Love yourself and then allow that love to flow onto others and show others love, even if it's the hard thing to do. Be positive in spite of the negativity that constantly is around. External negativity isn't actually what it seems. It's the way you perceive it. It's the way you take it. It's the way that you go on and handle your own circumstances, despite whatever may be going on. That is peace, love, positivity in a nutshell. Probably more to be added there, but we'll keep it short. I know this video has gone on now for an hour, 42 minutes, about 102 minutes of Sohum time. So if you enjoyed my reaction, again, all I ask you do, hit the like button, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you would like to make a reaction request yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.